guys, it's Maria from Sweden here, aka Colorful Planner Mother of Three. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you haven't been here before. I am very happy that you take a little bit of your time to hang around and, join me in my creative journey. I have just recorded a video where I talked about how I kind of rescued this page after totally destroying it, and now I'm about to color the rest of this page, and I thought that I was going to, have a talk with you about things that I am happy about or think about. This is Rita Berman, the season edition of her books, Mein Spaziergang durch die Jahreszeiten. It's a book that I really love. I love it so much, so I have bought another copy because I want to have one here and one at our summer house. I don't need to carry it around. If ever I am feeling coloring a Rita Berman page, I have, in different seasons. This is a perfect book. I have started to color the pages from page 1 and then on forward, and and then I have like, for instance, these two pages I have already colored, but in the spring book that Rita Berman has made. Here I experimented, and the background thing and me is not, it's we're having a kind of a complicated relationship, if you understand what I mean. But I will learn, because I am quite a new colorist. I started in this kind of coloring project in January, actually, well, I have been coloring in coloring books when I was younger, but I haven't done that from I was younger, maybe a young teenager, and then until now. So what happened was that this page was very much like this one, with this kind of bluish color. I used Brutfuners for these two pages. I have a 180 set at my summer house, and when I got back here, I thought that it was a little bit like you could see my strokes. So I thought that I was going to, I don't know what the thought come from, but I thought that I was going to save this blue by adding some watercolor pen from the brush pen Ecoline, or this color, or whatever color it was, and it was so messy. You can see, if you go to the other video, you can see how it turned out. So I stopped after about 1/3 of the page. I also added some acrylic paint to make it even worse, and then I said, no, Maria, let's go to bed and just don't do anything more with it. But now I'm here, and I've already put a good hour to kind of save this, and it is, the page has, here I have watercolor, I have colored pencil and watercolor, and I got some spots here, so the paper is very strained or kind of fed up. So when I am coloring here, it's hard to get the color to be shown. But right now it's getting better. Right now I'm using the Pablos, guys. I identified one Pablo, 155, and then some Prismacolors that were working quite well with the colors. So, well, what's happening is that the Prismacolor is getting off the page in some parts, but I thought that I was going to see if I could get this part where we have so many different very visible layers, if I could get them to be more cohesive. So we'll see. Right now I have a good angle, about, I don't know, 40 degrees angle. And I won't turn the pencil right now because I don't want to get the, do you say nib? I don't know if you say nib. English is my second language. I'm from Sweden. I say that always when I start my video. But I thought that I was going to talk a little bit about me. Some of you know me quite well. You've been following me since a very long time ago. And I have quite many new followers the last week, actually. I have 2 pages on Instagram where I have my planner mother of 3, planner_mother of 3, with about, I don't know how many followers. Not sure, actually. Many, maybe 7,000. I don't know. Oh God. Me and numbers, guys. I'm much better in other things. And I thought that I was going to have that one only for planning, as I have had it like that for so many years. So I started another page or channel on, do you say channel on Instagram? Account, you say. That was called Colorful Mother of 3. And I started that one up. But that made me just hang around on that account. So all of my other interactions with my planner friends went, downhill. And I didn't like that. So then I decided that I want to have oh God, I can't really paint color more here because the colors, they will leave the page. So I will keep it like that. But I will keep going here. Anyway, so then I decided to change the name on my main page, if you could say that, the one that I've started. So that one is called Colorful Planner Mother of 3. And you can see a little bit of my coloring there, but you see the ones up in the, I keep forgetting the name, my highlights. I save some of my coloring pages there. So, and I often link them to the other page that is called Colorful Mother of 3. Okay, so that was kind of complicated. Summarize. I have two accounts on Instagram. One is Colorful Planner Mother of 3, where I combine my planning with my coloring. But you won't see all of them as posts. You will see them as highlights with links to my other page that is called Colorful Mother of 3. There I want to share everything that I do within the coloring thing. So yeah. And the mother of 3 thing, of course, I want to talk about that. I am a mother of 3. I am quite old. I'm turning 60 this year. And I have 3 grown-up kids. They are 30. This year they are turning. My son is turning 33 in November. And he is living in the south of Sweden together with his lovely fiancée, Shadja. And they are working down there and having a good life. We hope that they will come to Stockholm in the future, but right now they are living their life there. And we have another house down there, so we can see them quite as often as we would like to, actually. And they also come up and visit us here in Stockholm, of course. And then I have, his name is Gustav. So Gustav and Shadja, they are living in the south of Sweden. Then we have Ella, and she is engaged to Johan, and they have turned 31. And they are turning 31 this year. And they have actually just 3 weeks ago got another baby. So I am a grandmother times 2, actually. They have one daughter that is 21 months about. Her name is Lykke. That means luck or lucky in Scandinavian, because it doesn't mean that, it doesn't have that. In Swedish you say lycka, in Norwegian you say lykke, and I think you say the same in Danish. And they have named her after that, which is so cute. We have a Norwegian origin, so they wanted to emphasize that. So they chose this Lykke, which is very pretty, I think. And she is so cute. She's very funny and very, very cute. And she became a big sister, older sister, big sister, 3 weeks ago, a little bit more, to Carla. C-A-R-L-A, that is quite international name. And it has also a very special meaning for us in our family, because our relatives, our ancestors, they come from Norway. And I have done some research before, and it turned out that Karl, that is the male form of Carla, Karl is one of the most, it's a name that the men got after their fathers. And actually my brother, one of his names is actually Karl, and that is from his grandfather. And or actually our grandfather, his second name was Karl, and his father's name was also Karl. And it goes way back hundreds and hundreds of years. So my brother's sons, they have also Karl as their second name. And Ella and Johan, they chose to make it a female version of it, and to Karla. Karla is not a common word in Swedish. It is in English, Karla. And in other languages, so it's quite international, that name. And she was born on the 17th of April, and she is the cutest. She is so small and tiny. Yeah, so that was Ella and Johan. They live just 3 blocks away from here, so we are having a lot of time together, which is such a gift. And we got actually the same virus last week, so I've been quite sick, and they have been quite sick, but now we're feeling better. And then we have Linnea, and Linnea, she is turning, I always have to think, she's turning 28 now in July, and she's living also quite near, but a little bit further away, together with her boyfriend that is called David, and they have just moved into a new apartment in the same neighborhood as they already lived in, which is also very good, because you can walk to their home. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes maybe. Yeah. So these are the 3 kids. They will always be my kids, even though they are very grown up and adult. I'm living with Magnus, and that goes back 20 years. We don't have any kids together, but he is the best stepfather, or as we call it, bonus father, you can ask for. So he's very involved indeed, as he entered our life when the kids were quite young, and they really needed a good father figure. So he's been very, 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 very good, and they accepted him quite fast, and after that we've had a really nice family structure. So we are a so-called modern family, where we have, the kids have more than one father, but it has turned out quite well, I think. Yeah, I own my own company, and I've always been an entrepreneur, so I've started a lot of different companies. And this one I have been working for and owned for quite a long time, more than 20 years. And that's, sorry, I just have to clean these flowers here. And that's the way I really need to have it. I am very much of a freedom person. I really want to feel like I can make my own decisions. And of course, you can't really do that because I have responsibilities and everything, but it feels like I am the manager of my life. Okay, so here are the pens that I started to color the water with. And I have never actually colored water, so I was a little bit, thinking of what kind of colors do I need or want, and I went for the blue ones in different tones. And then while I was coloring the stones, I went with some brown under, so I got the reflection of them being, under the water as well. And this, I don't know really how to make these, how you color the fish when they are like this, but as this is a Rita Berman and the proportions, and it's very whimsical and very, you don't need to be that realistic in your coloring. So I decided to stay in this happy era where I just continue coloring everything. So I thought that I was going to continue. I was going to color the stone that this bird is standing on with the little fish in her beak or beak. Don't know. Please write it down below. How do you pronunciate that? Beak, I think. I will put my money on that. Beak. Yeah. And here is some kind of animal. I think in Swedish we say utter, but I don't know if it is that. It could be a beaver. But anyway, it will be in those kind of colors. So yeah, I will continue to color, and if you want to be here with me, well, feel free. I just have to see. I don't remember really how the colors were from last night. Okay, so these are quite dark. And then we have something here that is like gray blue, and these are from the Castle Art Harmonious. Sorry, you don't see my pens here. And sorry, I thought that I was going to use them because I really want to be in this color scheme: brown, purple, bluish purple, and some greens. So I don't want to, and then I made this bird and this bird a little bit to the pink, but I want to still be here within the theme. So anyway, I wanted to use these Harmonious collection from Castle Art. These are the only Castle Arts that I have. So I don't know if they are better or like the other ones, but I like the tones, the color palette. I'll show you. The color palette is very harmonious, and there are some colors here that I really like these, of course, and well, all of the I would say I love all of them, but the lightest one, you don't have that many nuances, so they are it's quite hard to see the difference between these, but yeah. I'll put it here and we'll see if I need it, if I want to use anything here. Anyway, yeah, I have actually, I don't know what I did, but I went to Tradera, that is like eBay, I think, and I found these color pencils because I really as we have different houses, I will talk about this because this is an issue for me. We'll see if you think it's important. We have 3 different places where we stay. We have our main place that is here, but then we have the summer house that is about an hour from where we live, and that's a place where we really like to be. And you know, we're outside and you can go with a boat and you can grill and you can, you know, if it's nice weather, you just sit next to the sea and, you know, everything is perfect. But as I have this hobby and I really want to be, you know, I want to be creative even though I am there. And at the same time, we have, you know, all of the other stuff around happening. So I never know how much time I will have when I'm there, and I never know what I feel like doing. So what I decided after carrying that's the same thing with my planner, because that's something that I've been doing for a long time. While I was carrying all of the materials back and forth, you know, getting really backache, I decided that I can't do that. I have to have, you know, some set of things from at the different places. So I just carry some of my favorite books, or, you know, I have this little pouch that I carry with my favorite stuff, so that I can be ready for anything. But other than that, I really need. So I have Prismacolors, I have Polychromos, and I have, what else do I have? I have Brutfuners, I have Artex and so forth at these places. But then I saw at the Tradera, that is like eBay, someone was selling a set of 180 color pencils. I've never used them, seen them. I have seen them, but I haven't seen anyone talking about them. I got them quite cheap, so I will try them out and see how they are. Because then I thought that I could put them and place them at some of these places. Why did I talk about that? I went from the Castle Art brand that is a little bit cheaper than the other brands that I have. Yeah, so let's talk. My profession, I'm a behaviorist. Do you say that? Not a psychologist, a behaviorist. And working as a consultant. And as I said, I own my own company. I've done that for as long as I've lived. I've started some and I've sold some. And now I am at my favorite company that I own. I'm the only owner right now. And I will be for sure, because I am 60. Don't really know how long I will work, but you can always part-time work when you're up in these ages and be a little bit of a retard. Sorry, retired. God. Oh, okay. This was the time when I was really aware of my wrong saying, but I don't know. Maybe I've said so many things wrong already. I'm not really sure about that, you know. Anyway, yeah. So what I'm doing now is that I'm coloring the stone, and I am playing around with the shadows. And right now I'm going with a brown, but I've also heard and I've seen and I've used, you know, sometimes you can go with a indigo blue or a purple, because the shadow is nearly ever black. It could or brown. So we'll see if I can mix these colors, and we'll see where we get. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that. Let's see. So I go with this, and that's the oak together with the topaz. I think that could be nice. Or should I? Yeah, I should try. I've done so many wrongs with this one, so let's I go with circles and layers by layers because all of these pencils are quite hard, so I can do that. Yeah. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna speed this up so that you can just see the progression, and I will do and I'll come back and talk about my decisions and what happened with the page. We're not finished, so there's a way for me to screw this up still. So I'll see you soon. Okay guys, now I think I am finished with this page. I will go and put some glaze, some Mod Podge gloss on this one on the lake, and then, well, I can do that while we're talking. We'll see how that will work with the gel dots, because I realized when I started to put them that I should have put them later, after I've done the glaze part, but as you can see, it's learning all the way. And I think that I will go very carefully around the fishes. What I decided, as you can see, was that I wanted the lake to cover the fish, and what I did was that I played with the part that this part of the fish is over the sea, over the lake, and I don't know really if we get that effect as I'm thinking about, but I think with the gloss finish here that we might get that effect. Anyway, I kept coloring. As you can see, it was throughout the coloring I was deciding, you know, one step at a time. I didn't have really a plan. I had a thought about getting much more of a green lake, but then I decided that the green around the green parts here are enough, and I wanted to stay in the blues. So I did, and then I had this, I think this came out really well, and that's the shading around the stones, or under the water actually. As you can maybe see here, you can see that the stone keeps going under the water. You have to forgive me if the camera is playing us. I'll do like this because it's an iPhone and it has its own life when it comes to how it wants to focus on things. But I hope it's good enough. I will not color the sky. I will just go carefully around the different parts here. While I was coloring, my daughter Ella called me, and they are doing, I don't know if I said something about that, but we all got a cold this week that has just passed. I got the worst part of it, I think, being a little bit older. And even though the little newborn Carla got a cold, and that was the most serious thing, I think. But she wasn't seriously sick, but it's serious that the 3 weeks old. I'll go over and see what happens when I put the gloss over the gel. It works really well. Okay, so I don't need to go around them. Good. But everyone in the little family were happy and were feeling much better. So, and they had a good night's sleep. So everyone was in a good mood. That's good. And my husband called me, and he's coming back. He has been at our summer house during the weekend. As I said, I've been sick, and I said to him, please go there if you want to, because I'm not that much of a company. And if I am up, I want to color books. I don't want to be that social. So he took his bag and went off. Off he went. We're trying to give each other the space that we need for the things that we find, you know, that gives us energy. We have both very hectic jobs, so sometimes we really need to just do whatever we want to. And he needed to be there this weekend, so he went and had a nice couple of days. But now he's on his way back home, so it will be nice to have him here again. Upcoming week, I will be very, very busy. So it will be interesting to see how much I will be able to color, because I won't be, tomorrow I go away for 2 days. I'm coming back late Tuesday night. And then there was something Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday I'm away the whole day. And then on Thursday I'm fully booked from early in the morning till late at night. And Friday as well. So yeah, if I want to color, that will be late at night. I'm trying to, as well as I can, to go around the different objects, because I want to get the effect of having the animals or the stones or the nature not glossy, and the lake will be glossy. So I will have the contrast. I like contrasts. I used to say, whenever some people, ask what colors do I choose, or can you help me, because we have done a lot of those things during the years. My husband is very handy, and I have plenty of ideas as well as he has, but mine are maybe a little bit more creative. So our friends tend to call us when they're doing projects, and they want us to come and think together with them. And then we sit down and we draw. My husband draws and I create, how the kitchen would look like. And then when we're talking colors, I am always saying, well, think about contrast. You want things to pop up and be interesting for the eye. So now here, I'm not sure. Sorry. Oh, you haven't seen? Amateur. Sorry. I hope I don't know what you've seen, but I hope you are still with me. Anyway, here the lake is covering the fish, or just this part is over the surface of the lake. I think that was fun to think about. So now, and these things, there was this color that is called seaweed. I'm not sure if that is seaweed anyway, but now we go all over and we put the gloss all over it, because here it's like everywhere. Yeah, this, when it dries, it gets all clear. I realized that yesterday because I got a little bit too much on the place, and I thought that I had ruined the page, but it became very nicely glossy at the end. So yeah, here we go. And then this fish is also under the sea, as we know. Do you say fen about this? Not sure. My son is a passionate fisherman, I would say. Well, he doesn't work as a fisherman, but oh yeah, sorry. Here it's underwater also. The only part that was over water was this part of the green stuff. So we can go over here also. Yeah. So he goes fishing as often as he can, but he let them come back into the sea, so he would know. He actually lived in Toronto for many years, or at least 4 years. So he knows everything in English, of course. So, guys, now I think we are about to finish this. This is an example of a saved page, I think. It was so ugly last night. Very, very ugly. And I was a little bit disappointed. Not hard on myself. I saw that I got a comment that it seemed like I'm hard on myself, and I'm actually not, but I can be a little bit annoyed that I don't know when to stop. I want to explore what happens if I do this, and then I would say afterwards, okay, Maria, if you had stopped a little bit earlier, it would have turned out much better. But now I'm all happy how this turned out. So this page. I will do the same thing with this page when it comes to the sky, but not today. I will let this dry, and then I will go for another project. I will do another page today before I start preparing myself for tomorrow. But yeah, a lot of gloss. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, spark. Yes, it does. You do. You see the gloss effects. Oh yeah, here they go. So that's the lake, and then we have the sky that is quite, you know, it's much better than I could ever think that it would be. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. The mediums that I've used, well, it started with the Brute Fooners, and then I have used the Pablos, the Prismas, the Castle Art, Harmonious, and what else? Some luminance pencils, and then some glossy pens, mostly or only the Jelly Rolls or the Sakura. The Glaze and the Moonlight. What did I choose here? No, I chose the Jelly Roll Metallic. No, I did choose the Glaze. So the Glaze here, and then there was something else up here that has a little bit of a dead finish, I think. I regret maybe that I colored the black, because here we go for the contrast. I was thinking if I would put white around the wings of these insects, but I decided that Rita Berman, she's all about, you know, this kind of finish, so I stopped. I stopped actually in time. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope that you will have a nice day, and that I'll see you soon. If you liked what you've seen, please give me thumbs up. If you want to stay in touch, please subscribe, and if you have any questions or comments, please write them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.